Hello Internet, Raptor7717 here, and this is a single base of 6mm Romans from my first set, and I will explain why I have two sets in a second. Anyway, this one is done for the most part. I will probably have to flock it a bit better and go and trim the spears. Which I should have done earlier, but I didn't. 6mm is a scale, a wargaming scale, in which the average height of a person is scaled down to 6mm, kind of like 15mm is the same, except with 15 instead of 6. 15mm is about 1 in 100, I believe this is 1 in 260 something? 265? I should have looked that up before I started this video. Anyway, it is flocked, the base is painted, and flocked just a little bit. You can see some problems with the flocking. All the figures are individually painted. These are early Imperial, late Republican Romans, with the command strip in the back. A very simple paint scheme on these guys. Anyway, I'm going to sit that there and tell you a little story about how I ordered one set of legionaries and one set of bases from Baccus in the UK, who make these. As far as I can tell, the UK is has the only manufacturers of 6mm Roman miniatures, and I wanted some Romans, not because I play games with them. I believe this is actually incorrectly set up to play a game, though I'm sure the rules can be adjusted to account for this. But anyway, I just wanted a tiny Roman legion, probably not a full legion, which, if I'm recalling correctly, is about 8,000 people. That would be a lot to paint. Let me see, there's 80 men in a century, 10 centuries to a cohort, 10 cohorts to a legion, 8,000 soldiers, and there's probably over 1,200 when you count everyone else. Anyway, so I ordered them, and I ordered them around Christmas time, or earlier, but early December, and they arrived in early January, except they didn't really. An empty envelope arrived, and so we contacted Bacchus and said the envelope was opened. It was opened by customs, apparently, because for some reason. Or it could have been opened by customs. The seal was dirty, so it probably was opened by customs, closed, and then it broke open again later. We emailed them, and they were very nice about it, and they just sent us a new package. They didn't send us an invoice because the invoice was already in the package. However, you may notice I said this was my first set. I got in contact with the postmaster, and he said he found something that looked kind of like soldiers at the bottom of one of the baskets that they used to carry mail around internally. And so I said I'd take a look, and it was them. This was after Bacchus had already said that they would send us another package, so I accepted the other package anyway, and that is what I'm about to show you here, where I sneakily cover my address, and it says Bacchus. It actually was printed better on the first one. Anyway, we open up this envelope, and out of it comes a bag marked Air 1 that is actually, it looks kind of like it's been beaten up, and it's probably been beaten up a little bit here, but it's actually in much better condition than the original. And there is the Bacchus 6mm Romans before they have been painted. You notice the superior amount of detail on them. There's a bit of flash at the top of the spears, and sometimes there's a bit of flash at the base. The base will probably have to be bent on most of these, but they are a lot better quality, having not been opened and dropped in the bottom of the post bin to, what am I trying to say? That was an ugly sound. They're much better quality now. They're much nicer than the ones I got previously. Those were all bent out of shape and had some serious problems. you get 20 of these individual legionaries that I was just showing you. And then if I can find one, you saw him at the back of that base up there. You get 4 what they call command strips, which contain a hornblower. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, they have a regular soldier, a standard bearer, a centurion, and a hornblower. I forget what a hornblower is called, a signaler of some kind. Anyway, the standard does not have, it might be an eagle at the top, it doesn't really look like an eagle. Anyway, they're really nice little miniatures. They are about 6mm. I have a ruler that is comically large for the job, and we can measure that they're actually a bit tall. If we get from their feet, they are almost, it looks like 8mm. 7 to 8mm. Which, you know, they have helmets and stuff, so, and they're standing on something, I'm sure. So they're very in scale. They're very nice little figures, and they're they're really easy to paint simultaneously, and they're really hard to paint. It's easy because you just have to daub paint on it. It's hard because it's kind of small and you have to be fairly accurate. Anyway, the thing I was missing from my original version also came, which is this, a package of 50 bases. These have a very odd burnt wood smell because it looks like they're laser cut. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they're laser cut. You can see the burnt edges on them. How big are these? I did not measure them and I have completely forgotten the measurements. Let's see, it looks like they're about 2 centimeters by about, I'm going to guess 4 centimeters. By about 4 centimeters. Really close to 4 centimeters. Okay, my ruler is American, so it's probably got a bias in the wrong direction or something like that. Anyway, I have 2 sets of these now, and I have these bases, and if I arrange them like this, I will only use 8 of the bases, which means I can go and buy more of these little guys from Bacchus. Hopefully, at this point in the video, I will be showing you some of the painting and modeling process. Either I can't do that because my camera is crap, and that's why you're not going to see it if the video looks like it's about to end, or I ran out of videos to post and I just decided to post this one anyway. Either way, I haven't seen many videos in great detail about these Baccus miniatures, or really any 6mm miniatures at all, because finding videos about miniatures in the first place is actually kind of difficult, and that kind of saddens me. These guys are really great. I'm not the best at painting them. I'm sure someone else would be better. I'm not the best at flocking. As you can tell, I'm not the best at lining them up to the base either. But they are very nice figures. They're very nice. And if you were to just sit them like that, they look really nice. Or if you were to just sit them like that, from far away they look really nice. And it will be even more impressive when there are 8 of these lined up next to each other. Okay, really quickly. I did not get all 8 bases done. I only got 4 done because I needed to clear off the space I was using for them for something else that was a bit more important, but I did. I had already started these, so I needed to finish them. So I'm gonna... I didn't get any pictures of the painting process, so I'm gonna show you them and tell you what I did instead of showing you what I did. So we have the 4 bases here. Each one, I believe they're not really set up for any particular game. I set them up the way I thought they would look nice, and I think they do look nice like this. There's 5 regular strips with a command strip in the back, and so that's a total of, what's it called? 24 miniatures per base. There's 4 bases, so it's a total of 96 little Romans, and they look rather impressive in this sort of phalanx. I quite like it. You can sort of turn it around and it looks very nice as well. which is how you would view it if you were playing a game or something, which I'm not. I just like Romans, as I mentioned previously. Anyway, so we'll take a look at this this base. This was the last base I finished. Each one has a little bit of a quirk to it. For instance, this one has a damaged miniature who is missing part of his shield there, and I like it. I think it adds a little bit of character. I don't think every legionary had a perfect shield. Anyway, so how did I paint these guys? They are undercoated with just a black primer from a spray paint can. All the metallic bits, the armor and the helmets, and part of the standard there are painted. They are not focusing very well, are they? Are painted with Vallejo gunmetal gray. The tunics and the I would say skirts. I know there's a specific name for them, but I don't remember. And the shields are all painted with Vallejo red. The designs on the shield are painted with Vallejo yellow, except for a few of them in which the center of the shield, again that has a name and I'm forgetting it, is painted with Vallejo bronze, as well as the horn in the back on the command strip here is painted with Vallejo bronze. The spears are a mixture, again, Vallejo chocolate brown and Vallejo beige brown. So they're two different Vallejo colors there. The faces are flat flesh, and I believe that's about it. The faces and arms and legs are flat flesh. And these standards are made of assortments of bronze, yellow, gunmetal gray, and the same color that was used for the spears on that base. So they're also the ground covering the flock is done with a Scenorama. I think it's just like flowery ground or something. Scenorama is a company that makes stuff for like science fair and history fair projects, like where you make a diorama for that. They're not really a miniatures company. I guess they sort of are, but they don't really deal with miniatures or anything like that. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, just wanted to show you those 4 bases done. They look rather impressive. I really like them. I would play a game with them if I had the time to learn another miniatures game and paint up another miniatures army, which I really don't. These guys were just a bit of fun, and they are really easy to do. They're really simple and fun to do. It does take some time because you're painting 96 figures instead of however many other figures, but there's also a lot less paint to paint on them. So it's a happy balance in my opinion. I think it does take less time than a regular miniature army. So it was fun to do, and I would recommend these definitely. So yeah, bye.